Not interviews, but presentations of this kind are have a similarity in that everybody is in front of a bookshelf. And I didn't want to depart too much from that presentation because what I'm looking at now is what you're looking at, and it isn't random. As I'm imagining everybody's presentation is not random. So to imagine somebody is always sitting in front of a bookshelf just because there's somebody talking to them or they're talking, you would be naive to think that. People place themselves in a way so people have some idea. So if you want to present yourself as literate, you would present yourself in front of a bookshelf. So what we have here is a piano saying that I like music, which is always a ubiquitous attraction, that there is a map of the world, which means I recognize that there is a world. And there is also a Fender Stratocaster right there. Now I have to say something about this Fender Stratocaster because before that was there was more of a classical guitar there. And I thought that putting a classical guitar and a piano and books and a world map presents somewhat of an unrealistic picture of me because I'm a rocker. So a rocker should be presented by having a Fender Strat there rather than a classical guitar. So there you have it. At some point, human beings were clearly understanding that they were different than what preceded them. They had some recognition that they had the ability to think, that they had the ability to have feelings, they had the ability to recognize the past and the future. They recognized also other things that have maybe even been lost to us here 20,000 years later or so. But what was lost fairly quickly was the uniqueness and the specialness, and you might even say the gift of being given a human life, of having a human life. When they couldn't really appreciate so much the simplicity of the gift of human life, which was what was given to them, they started to seek other credibilities, other things that they could recognize as their special traits. And those were maybe that they were hunter-gatherers and other people were farmers, that they were leaders and other people were followers, that they were strong physically and other people were weak physically, that they were strong mentally and other people were weaker mentally. And people started to develop these, I am this and you are that. I am this and you are not this. I am this and you are that. And these distinctions, which were accurate distinctions, because I am man and you are woman was an obvious distinction at the time. I am the leader of this tribe, you are the follower of this tribe. I am good at bows and arrows, you are not good at bows and arrows. These are things that were accurate, but the fact that people didn't just take them as accurate, since people didn't really feel and experience the intrinsic gift of human life in its simplicity, people started to depend and lean the weight of their lives on their differences between each other. I am this, and you are not this. I am this, and you are that. I am this, and you are not this. Because every time I am this, and you are not this, a separation happens. And those separations started to become the element on which people leaned the weight of their lives. And in that distortion, which started thousands and thousands of years ago, and built and built and built in detail, so that not only were you a farmer and I'm a hunter-gatherer, but you are a wheat farmer and I am a barley farmer. You are a cattle raiser and I am a sheep raiser. And there have been wars between the cattle raisers and the sheep raisers. There have been wars between the distinction of people. There is alienation between this element that started so many thousand years ago. And we think right now we're going to contend with this issue with some political situation, for some political solution, for some application of money or programs. Although these things, these applications are understandable, and these band-aids to hemophilia, you understand? Hemophilia is a disease when people bleed easily, and sometimes can die from that. And no one with hemophilia would think that a remedy, even a short-term remedy, to their disease would be a Band-Aid. Our concept of the reparation that we're going to make to the alienation that's happened over thousands of years is going to be some kind of Band-Aid. Now, I'm not saying that the Band-Aids aren't necessary, because the blood is there, but more than the Band-Aid is necessary. I'm not in any way saying that if you bring thousands of people over in chains to work for thousands of people who aren't in chains, that effect isn't going to last and last and last and last and last and last. It will last. If you think that women not being able to vote, and now women can vote, and all of a sudden women are going to feel their equality, that's frivolous. Some balancing has to take place to make it possible even to recognize that something is wrong. But to think that there's any cure for either Palestinians and Israelis, or African Americans and fortunate white people, is going to happen in any way other than to revisit, rediscover what has been lost, the value for what brings us together. We are one in the Spirit. You know that song, we are one in the Spirit. We are one in the Spirit. But what's a we? We as Christians are one in the Spirit. Young people are one in the Spirit. Northerns are one in the Spirit. There's no one. There's only one place that we're one in the Spirit. We're not one in the Spirit in our occupations, in our the way we spend our time. We're not one in the Spirit in the way we think about things. We are one in the Spirit in the way that we're given life. We are one in the Spirit in that we are recipients of human life. As I said, and as it said on this poster, it is the only pride, a pride that we've lost, the only pride which is not exclusive. If I'm proud to be a human being, I'm not saying I am and you're not. It's a pride that we can share. It's a non-exclusive pride, and it's a pride that we've lost. Because the unique gift of humanity has been lost to us. Because we think the unique gift of humanity is talent, that we can play an instrument, or that we can read a book, or that we can run fast or dunk a basketball, or whatever it is that we recognize is our unique ability. That's what we recognize. We don't recognize our unique ability as it is. We are so, and have become so outer directed, that we recognize that it's unique to be wealthy. And now wealthy means billions. It's unique to be billions. It's unique to be famous. It's unique to be beautiful. It's unique to be talented. It's not unique anymore to be a human being because we don't really know what it means, the uniqueness of human life. We don't know the gift of it. Nothing outside, nothing we do, nothing we partake in is the gift of human life. The gift of human life is within, inside of us. The peace is within, inside of us. There is a gift within, inside of us that is held by all human beings, old human beings, young human beings, Asian human beings, Western human beings, black, brown, red, white, every shade of human beings, every size of human beings, handicapped human beings, female human beings, every talented human beings, genius human beings, mentally challenged human beings. Everyone carries the same gift. And until we realize that within inside of us, until we recognize that basic gift, we will depend and lean the weight of our life on the differences between us.